What's up everybody, welcome back to Nintendo Land, and we just got the final trailer for the Super Mario Bros. Movie, and it looks amazing. And of course today I'm going to go through the trailer piece by piece and talk about any secrets or hidden details within this trailer, and pretty much just cover everything with this final trailer. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you enjoyed this video today, make sure you leave a like and subscribe to stay up to date on all things Mario movie and Nintendo in general. But let's hop into the video. The trailer starts with Luigi being captured in a cage, and if you look below him you'll see moving platforms with enemies on them, and they seem to be the new versions of the clown cars, or little clown cars where the enemies can travel above the lava. And one of the captures is a baby Luma, and you can hear it because it's voiced by a baby child, and it's actually kind of like a sadistic Luma where just like it has negative thoughts all the time, like we're all gonna die, yay, but it does it in a positive way with negative thoughts. But yeah, this is the baby Luma that we've been seeing as toys in McDonald's and stuff, so this does confirm that maybe Lumas are going to be in this, or maybe at the end of the movie we get to see Luma return to Rosalina, or maybe it ties into a future movie. That would be really cool, but I don't think this is going to be a main part of the movie, more just a side character to help tie into a future film. We also see the Penguin King and the rest of the penguins once again that's been captured from their kingdom takeover from the first trailer. We then get to see a scene where Bowser and Kamek are once again standing in front of Bowser's army. We get to see more of the enemies a little bit up close this time. We see the Blue Shell Paratrooper once again at the front of the army, possibly being the leader, and all the different Koopa Troopas with different weapons, with spears, knives, and even one has a scepter. And in the background you can see a Koopa Troopa hanging out of the mouth of a piranha plant. You get to officially see an up close look at the Goombas, and they seem to have like little fur all over them, but also they love to chew on things, as one's literally chewing on the head of another Goomba in the background. We then get to see the Spinies up close, but Bowser forgets their names, so they get real sad. But then there is a Koopa Troopa once again in the background with a scepter instead of a spear. We finally get an up close look at the Hammer Bros and the Sledge Bros in this movie. The Sledge Bros don't have the slanted eyes, they seem to be wide open and ready to go. Maybe that's just for this scene, but we'll have to wait and see. We then get to see a scene at Peach's castle where this gold plating in the floor opens up, and this is probably where the map of the entire kingdom and the surrounding kingdoms will pop up. We get to see two new paintings on the wall. The one on the right looks like some type of cliffside by the water, and the one on the left looks like a snow area, but it also looks like snow covered on trees, maybe even Cool Mountain from Mario 64. And we finally get a clear image because we've seen this in a leaked trailer, but this is Bob on Battlefield. Apparently, maybe, potentially, we don't 100% know, but of course we have that signature cannon right there on the rock hill, and we have that boardwalk once again from Bob on Battlefield that goes up with a question block right beside it. We also have Toast Arena and the upside down pyramids, but unfortunately it looks like these two scenes might be a montage of them walking through different kingdoms in order to get to where they're going, which means we might not spend a whole lot of time in these places, which is kind of unfortunate. And you can even make out some Moai statues from Super Mario Odyssey in the background. We then get another scene where you can see all the paratroopers getting ready to take flight, and the blue-shelled one is in the middle, which then leads us into the invasion of the Mushroom Kingdom, where we get to see Mario and Donkey Kong working together to take out the forces of Bowser's army. We see Mario holding a super mushroom in his hand and kicking a question block over to Donkey Kong. Donkey Kong hits the block and catches a fire flower out of the air to turn into Fire Donkey Kong. This is a completely new ability that we have never seen before because, of course, Donkey Kong never really appears in mainline Mario games to get a fire flower in the first place. His fur seems to turn a little bit more red, and he has white at the end of his fur for his wrist and the top of his head, and his tie turns white with red DK letters, which is a sick design, let me tell you. And to the right, we can see Mario getting ready to eat the super mushroom and a passed out piranha plant in the background. Mario eats the super mushroom and gains super muscles for a brief second before just getting a lot bigger. Now, I don't think this is going to replace the Mega Mushroom, as the Mega Mushroom makes Mario gigantic, but now he's just as big and tall as Donkey Kong by simply eating a super mushroom. Also, the sound effects of the items and all the moves that Mario's jumping and ground pounding and Donkey Kong moving as well has sound effects straight from the games, which I love. So in this scene, he's running with his arms out instead of his arms close to him, like we've seen with the Mario 3D World being the inspiration for that already. But with this scene, I think it could be referencing Mario's new run we see in Super Mario Odyssey, where Mario's hands kind of go out to his sides. This looks very familiar to that. We then see Mario and DK working together in a 2D scene, which is really cool because it references classic Mario, and I love it. But Mario's on the ground level taking out Koopas and Goombas by jumping on them, and Donkey Kong is shooting fireballs at Koopas and takes out the Sledge Bro at the top. And you can tell this is Bowser invading and his castle must be nearby because you can see the giant ball and chain that's stuck to the Mushroom Kingdom in the background. One thing Mario does as his giant self is does a giant ground pound in order to knock out a wave of Hammer Bros and Koopa Troopas, which actually has the sound effect as well. We then see the gang get ready to get their carts, as we see tons of Kongs in their carts all preparing in this giant garage, apparently or possibly on the Donkey Kong Island, and this is how we see Mario's cart, Toad's cart, and also Peach's cart or bike get built. There's also some slots at the bottom which might reference how you build your cart in Mario Kart 8, how the left side is your cart, the middle is your tires, and the right side could be your glider. And you can see the little metal robotic hands that probably helps to build a cart for each character. They then get all their carts built, Mario, Peach, Toad, and the rest of the Kongs, and then they head out. But Bowser's army also has carts of their own, which is pretty neat, and you can see them sitting at the top of the cliff waiting for everybody to drive by where they jump in on Rainbow Road in order to take them out. In the next scene, we get to see a blue shell paratroopa shoot 2 bullets out in front of it in order to take out the racers in front of them with this giant menacing looking cart. We also see one Koopa Troopa with a cart that has a rotary of green shells that is able to pump out in front of it. We see the bullet bills chasing Mario as he's drifting, and notice how his tires are flipped and in the zero gravity position from Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. The bullet bills blow up his cart, but then he's forced to abandon his cart and jump on others, and he jumps on the back of a Koopa Troopa's bullet bill bike, which is also in a zero grav position. Then Mario covers his eyes so he can't see and jumps behind him to bounce on another Koopa Troopa's head in order to put him in his shell, where he then collects that shell and throws it back at a Koopa Troopa driving behind him. That is pretty much the entire trailer. Now, this trailer didn't add a whole lot of information. This one they kept kind of secret. They added some cool things just to get excited about, but you can tell there's a lot that they're keeping under wraps, which is great because we don't want the whole movie spoiled. But that Luma is still very weird to me because we never see it in any other scene in the entire movie so far, so I wonder what they're going to do with it, because I still think it's going to be that post-credit scene type of situation where they're like at the very end, oh yeah, you guys got to help me take me back to my mom or something, and then we find about Rosalina and we find out about the observatory, and maybe it even leads into the next film. But let me know how excited you are about this movie in the comments, and let me know what some things you still want to see with this movie when you go to watch it for yourself, because it comes out in just a month. But if you guys enjoyed today's video, make sure you leave a like and subscribe to stay up to date on all things the Mario Brothers movie and Mario and Nintendo in general, and like always, I'll see you all on the next one. See you guys.